Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a bit of Bleach Immortal Soul up today. So we got a few things covered, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so as you know, the Christmas event has ended. I'm sorry, not the Christmas event. The anniversary event, not the Christmas event. So that has been removed from the screen, so you should no longer see this. We do still have a replacement event that has come up, which is, of course, the Defend the Karakura Town event. As you know, this is a common event. It popped up a few days ago, right after the actual event ended. So this is basically just, he's blue, so bring some reds, you know, and you shouldn't have any trouble getting the actual coins in it. Of course, you can use the tokens inside of here to get some of the characters. So we've got LL in here. This is SSR version. Stark SSR, Sweet Fun SSR, Berrigan SSR, and Sazerport SSR. So these are all SSR versions of the characters. They got some other stuff in here. They do have his Mbaktu in here for Mugetsu Ichigo. So if you weren't able to get that in the actual event, anniversary event that just passed, or not that, or actually in the actual during the Mugetsu Ichigo limited time pool event, they had an actual another event, a level up event that was going on with him, paired with him. And if you got, I think it was to 5. It was either 4, I think it was 5 stars. If you got him up to 5 stars, you automatically got his weapon as a reward. But if you were unable to get that, you might be able to get it inside of here. You just need 300 of the actual tokens. So you need to get in there and take care of that. But, you know, just for me, I'm probably just going to snatch up some more of the actual Omni Shards. Always use those just to keep moving along so we can start looking at some of the other characters. I want to bring either Karakura or Sazerport up to 5-star. So just to take a look at my account, which is the reason I did the video. Some people wanted to see how I was going, see if I was making any dent. I've managed to get a lot of them up to red 5. So I've got Tensei Zangetsu, White Ichigo, Kenpachi, Sazerport, and I am currently working on Ichigo, Full Hollow Ichigo, getting him up to 5-star. Red 5, not 5-star, I'm sorry, red 5. And then after that, I will take Karakura up to red 5. Once that, I'll be starting to focus on the actual weapons and start working on the weapons and getting the weapons up as far as I can. I should be able to get all the weapons up to, some of them will be able to get up to red 5, but I should everything be able to get to red 4 weapon wise. And then once I've done that, then of course I'll start tackling the elite stages and start working on going. So next will of course be green. That will be the next actual set that we were going for. Is I guess it's not green. I guess it looks green to me. This, but I guess they're calling it rainbow, so I'll go rainbow 1, and then you know from there on out. But that's what all of these are. Is next we'll be going into the recent enhancement that they added there a short time ago. I don't think it was a short time ago. It was probably about 6 or 7 months ago. But yeah, so I'll be going into rainbow. But yeah, so I'm moving along pretty good. You could usually take somebody up to another level, but if you log on in the morning, you know, you get, like, I'm getting 273 stamina. I log on in the morning, use all the stamina, purchase some stamina, use all that, and then I log on, make a real quick log on in the evening. Usually only lasts about 10 or 15 minutes to put all that stamina back into, you know, leveling, so you don't lose any stamina. You always want to make sure that you're never sitting with 273 stamina. You always want to make sure that you're below that, because that way you're constantly regenerating. So I just hit, it's real quick. I mean, in the morning I'll do my stuff, purchase some stamina, do an upgrade on just one character. Right now I'm working on not Dai Ichigo, not Mugetsu, simply because of the fact that he's really not going to be useful to me. But I am working on the anniversary version of Ichigo, because he has an extremely excellent rage skill, which makes him an excellent guardian chance. So as you can see, I've got him up. I'm upgrading him up, and I'm going to start working on his once I finish with the actual next story, I'll start focusing on bringing him up and using him as a guardian stance because he offers a lot in the way of support, and I think he'd be an excellent guardian character to strike first. His rage does damage to all characters, but it's this 2 rounds. Okay, increases the damage rate of the ally back row by 12% for 2 rounds, and causes the ally back row to recover rage after a rage attack has concluded. This is an extremely valuable skill. Makes him excellent for Guardian stance, because as you know from the Guardian stance, the only thing that procs on the Guardian characters is the rage skill. So getting that up right now, which is what I'm doing. So he's going to make it excellent because he's going to hit with the rage, doing damage to everyone. It's not going to be a lot of damage, granted, but what I really like, in fact, is the back row, which is my Tensei Zangetsu, my Why Did You Go, and my Kenpachi are going to get that damage up, damage rate up for 2 rounds, which is, the back row is your most powerful characters. That's where your attackers are at. So that's extremely useful rage skill. So I probably end up utilizing him in rage. I'm going to get him up. Not going to focus, I actually almost ready to take him to 3 stars. Actually, I did get quite a few I actually got 32 of the shards within the actual event. So, I could bring him up to 3, but it's useless. 3 is just going to give me, a strengthen, the strengthen skill. Okay, it increases the character's hit points. That's useless at this point, simply because he's going to be in the guardian stance. Guardian stance don't take damage; they don't die. So therefore, I really see no, there's no reason for me to put Omni shards into making him a 3-star. It wouldn't be suitable. Okay, so I'm not going to waste any shards on it. I'm just going to continue to focus right here on the rage skill. Get that as useful as I can, and I'm going to focus I'm going to focus on all of his weapons. I'm only going to focus on upgrading any of his anything that has an attack. So, like, this is an attack, so I'll do this. I'm not going to worry about this because defense and hit points don't matter. This is attack, so I'm going to focus on that, and defense and hit point. So I'm just going to focus on his tomb and his actual weapon. I'm not going to focus on putting the mats into the other ones unless I get him to 4-star and do decide to actually use him. No plans to do that yet. But I'm just going to focus on these 2 items to get as much attack as possible, because that'll help, of course, when he does his rage. So I think he could be an extremely useful character. His damage is not going to be rage damage is not going to be quite as much as others. But with that added buff to the backline for 2 rows, as well as the rage regeneration or the rage, that's pretty good. That's going to make your back row much more legitimate and much more powerful. So it's something that I definitely want to bring up and try to consider to see if it's something that I want to go. But you only need to focus. You don't really need to focus on anything associated. Just try to focus on attack. Okay, defense and hit points, they really mean nothing. Okay, if for a guardian stance, it's all about your attack for that rage skill. That's all that really matters. So if you're just going to plan on utilizing for that, you don't need to focus on doing the whole character that you might do for a 4-star that you were going to put into your team, as a permanent member. So that's what I'm going to focus on after that. But I still got to get Full Hollow and Karakura up, and then I'm going to start working on the weapons. And then I'll do that. And once I've done that, I'll probably start focusing on this Ichigo to get him into my guardian stance. And then once I've done that, I will of course begin to focus on going into green, Rainbow 1, I guess, and start continuing on so I can start doing more. But yeah, it's taken me about 4 or 5 days to bring the characters up to Red 5. So that's where I'm at right there in terms of where my team is at. So not much is going on at this point. I'm just doing this, getting the things so I can get some more shards. As you can see, I've got 63 Omni shards. I need to get to, I think it's 100 and, what is it, 100 and something. I'm probably going to bring up Karakura simply because of the fact that, Zazapura revives himself when he dies, so it's not really important if he dies. So I'm probably going to need, I'm going to need 146 shards. So that's what I'll need to bring him up to 5-star. But yeah, I did get Daiichi Mugetsu Ichigo, but I've only got him at 2 stars, or actually 3 stars because I did a few more pulls on that to bring him up. So that's what I got. But yeah, no plans to utilize him, maybe as a backside project when there's some downtime. Once you get to the point where you're focused up all your characters, there's going to be downtime where there's not really, anything really much going on. So you can use him as a side project. Currently, the only side project I have going right now is, of course, Mr. PvP, Notora. Got to start working on focusing on him simply because of the fact that this is ridiculously overpowered for PvP. He's definitely the best PvP character in the game with that skill. Being able to utilize an entire round of, I've dumped entire rounds of rages on this guy. My whole team's raged on him. He didn't do any damage. Wasted a whole turn just trying to kill him when he was immune. So it definitely makes him extremely useful in PvP. It also makes him useful in just the actual, in an actual match, actual story mode as well too. But he doesn't really have any support that I need right now. So in that regards, it would just be for PvP. Would be because I do try to avoid him. A lot of the times when I go up against a team that has him in it, it does it in well. I have on occasion beat them, but more times than not, if we're similar power, similar initiative, I end up losing. So I definitely decided when they had the Soul Box event for him a while back, I decided it was best to just go ahead, and go ahead and get him. If you can't beat him, join him. So now I have his weapon, so he's fully, I've got it awakened. So once I get him up to 4-star, he'll be a feasible team that I can put in my PvP team, and maybe help a little bit. I do pretty good on my PvP. When I ended up this morning, I think I was a 3rd, probably pretty high. No, I'm still 3rd right now. Rank number 3. As you can see, comparatively to the 2 in front of me, Tenzin's just a beast, as is Konoha. They're beasts as well too. So as you can see, these two have the Mugetsu Ichigo, but as you can see, they're much higher power than me. But yeah, so I'm stuck at 3rd at the moment. I won't be there for long. By the time tomorrow rolls around, I'll probably be up to about 10 or 11, and then I'll punch my way forward. But yeah, so so you just got to that's my thinking at the time. So get in there and defend the Karakura town event. Like I said, these are all SSR characters, but if you're working on one of them, I know I still see Soifon occasionally. Her rage skill could one-shot low-level, mid-level characters once you power her up, so she's pretty good. These others are the SSR versions. I mean, the UR versions of all these. The UR version of Zazapur is in my team right now. The UR versions of these characters are much better. So, unless you're just working on secondary teams or 3rd teams, it might behoove you to just go for something else down here. I mean, there's all kinds of good stuff. The Omni Shards are what catch my eye. I'll be able to get, like, I'm hoping to be able to try to get, get 3 of these. So that's 15, and then maybe satch up 1 or 2. Okay, just simply because of the fact that that'll help me get to where I'm going. That's because I want to get Karakura up to 5-star, so I can start utilizing, start working on his skills for survivability and damage. Once you get to 5-star and 6-star, you start opening up those skills that allow them to, damage reduction. You get all the skills are the same for the characters once they get up to that level. So it's good, once you get him to 5 stars, you get a little bit more of a damage increase in his power. Okay, and then once you get to the 6-star, a damage reduction, which means they'll be able to stay alive a little bit longer. So it's definitely something that you want to focus on. It's not quite as important as the enhancements for here. Okay, but it is just as important. I mean, this summer we're going to be having a lot of Soul Box events coming out. So there's going to be chances to get, to get your team up to 5 and 6 star. I've already got, I've got Zangief at 5, but I've got Ichigo, White Ichigo, and Kenpachi up to, they're up to 6 star right now. So it's definitely something that you do want to focus on, but it's not as important as doing the enhancements. Those are easy to do. But yeah, try to focus on it daily. Hit it in the morning. Do as many of your dailies as you can. I can knock out my dailies in like 30 minutes, 40 minutes. You can skip through the battle arenas. Just start it. Then once 3-4 seconds, you get out to skip. And then go from there. Use out all of your stamina. Then purchase stamina. I get 3 staminas. First one's free, and because I've got the talent, I think is it Neo? No, it's not a Neo. One of them has a talent that reduces the cost of multiple stamina purchases. I can't remember which one it is. Which one is that? She's down there pretty far. But anyway, is it her? Is it Hinamori? Is it Hinamori? No, it's not Hinamori. Who is it? Somebody has a talent that reduces the stamina cost purchases. And I can't remember who it actually is. But you definitely want to focus on that. I thought it was Hinamura. I don't think it's the Neo. No. I can't remember who it is, but it's one of these characters down here. Has the... there it is, right there. It's Nemu. Nemu, first 2 stamina purchases of the day is decreased by 60%. Okay? So now the first 2 stamina just purchased is 80%. Okay? So this is an excellent way. So I think that's going to cost them. So I'll be able to get my first stamina free. And then 2 more staminas will be 12, I believe is what there were 16, but I think there'll be 12 right now. So that's something that you want to focus on in terms of, yeah, this is Nemo. Okay, so you might want to focus, instead on, I've got her leveled up pretty good. You get Nemu shards a lot. She's an SR character, so shards are not something that you should have trouble getting for her. But yeah, so definitely want to focus on that talent because the staminas that you purchase are cheaper. So I get 1 free. Then the next 2 I think will be 12, and then it jumps up to 40. So that's definitely something that you can use to get stamina more cheaply. So I do that. I purchase some stamina, use all of that. Okay, finish and wipe out all of my quests. As you can see, all of my quests for today have been completed except for spending Soul Jade. I'm saving my Soul Jade for the next, for the next Soul Box event or the next limited time event. I think it's going to be a Soul Box event because I don't think there's. I haven't heard any leaks about new characters being interested. The only leaks they had were the 3 characters. The 2 characters that came out was the actual, Mugetsu and Armored Yorichi. Were the 2 events that are coming out. So they had those actually popped up there. So, so the next will most likely be a Soul Box event. I'm just waiting to try to find out. I'll go and check the Biz leaks and see if they can tell me exactly what it is going to be next. But I'm saving up for that. So I purchased that and then so I did all my. So now I'm done today. So, but I'll just hit this evening. I'll log on usually around 7:30, 8 o'clock. By that time, this will already be back up to 270 or close to max. Not quite. Usually it's a little bit below it. It usually hovers around 260, 265. But I'll use all this stamina again. And I'll also go into the challenge and just, not the challenge, I'll go into the arena and I'll do Kenpachi and I will pull all of the Kenpachi coins from here. Okay? I'll pull those up in the evening as well. And that's really all I do. So it takes like, just a few minutes. Just choose my character. In this case, it'll be Full Hollow Ichigo. I'll hit him. Boop. Go to the, the enhancement. Click on this and sweep it. Okay. Until all my stamina is gone. Okay. And then go into the arena. Get my Kenpachi coins. And that's really all I do at that point. It takes me just a few minutes. And then I just, and then I'll log on the next morning and start all over again. because I do everything in the morning. Like I did my Karakura calendar running, and I did all my dailies in the morning. When I first get up. So that, yeah, and then that's how I pretty much just handle everything in terms of the way I do it, and that's the most efficient because I never let my stamina, get out of control. You can use you just log on to the game. It takes you 5 seconds, 10 seconds to click on that. Sweet, it's gone. That's it. And then your stamina is back to below 8, and then you just let it run, and in the morning it's ready to go again. And that's the way. That way you could efficiently level up enhancement on a character in 4 or 5 days. Okay, got to be careful to watch the gold though. Okay, make sure you're doing, because this is okay. This is where things are going to get. The gold, it costs 2.7 million to enhance up a character, just one level. Okay, so gold's going to start becoming scarce, which is why I'm trying to keep it up as much as I can. And just make sure that you're doing the Soul Society order. Make sure you're at least doing this one. I do them all every day, but you don't want to do this because that gives you 1.66 million. Okay, and make sure that you do the actual, your guild boss, squad boss, because you get some gold from that too. And there's always they always have little, pithy side events where you can get some gold. Sometimes I don't think there's one up right now. They just got the summon event up, but as you can see, you can get a little bit of gold here, a little bit of gold there. So as you do the summons, so this is a limited time summon. You can use some of the actual event tokens that you get if you want to on that event. I'm waiting to build them back up though, so that when the next event comes around, I'll be able to use them for that. But yeah, that's how I do my daily. If anybody was interested, some people was asking, how often I logged on. I think some people thought I spent most of the day on this. I don't. I do so many other games, and I got other stuff that I have to take care of as well too. So I really have time. Yeah, 30 minutes in the morning. Sometimes in the evening, but 9 times out of 10, I just log on, pull that stuff for a few seconds. I can do it right from my phone, and then I log back out. If there's an event going on like the World Championships or something, I might throw in an extra 15 to 20 minutes to run some of those to increase my rank and do the event. Of course, if there's an event going on for soul boxes and stuff, I'll take the little extra 15 or 20 minutes to do that. But again, it's not something that's difficult to do, just to get everything that I need. And then, of course, once I get my characters up, I'll spend another 15 to 20 minutes running some elite stages and doing the story stage, which I do videos on that. So it doesn't take 20-25 minutes to do that. I just really don't see the need of trying to progress through until I'm ready. Okay, I enhance my characters to their max. Once I've got them fully maxed out, capable, because it's story mode based. Once I know, once I can't get any more mats because I don't have enough, my story's not high enough, that indicates to me that the game's saying, okay, it's time to run your elite stages and then do the story mode. So that's how I gauge it, and that's always worked well for me. Anytime I've done that, I've been able to complete what I needed to, get into the next story mode, and then 3-star. If you watch the last one, I just 3-starred the story mode, the chapter without any problems whatsoever. Okay, and now we'll just do it over again. But it's going to start getting pretty expensive. So things might start slowing down in terms of leveling up once you get once the gold cost becomes immense. That's why I'm not wasting my gold and hoarding it a little bit right now. Because yeah, it conceivably be five team. You look at probably 3, so you're looking at 15 million just to take them up one. And then gold's going to be the next slowdown. So, but yeah, so that's why I'm hoarding on to a little bit, because I know in the end it's going to become extremely precious commodity. But yeah, so that's all I got. So just for those that wanted to know how it was progressing, how much I spent on the game. In terms of dollars, if you're reading the comments, I've spent about $26 on the game. I spent $19.99 on the growth plan. Right here, this is in my mind one of the purchases that very useful purchase. As you can see, you're going to get all the way up to 100. You're going to be eligible to get a bunch of soul jade. So you get them all. Even if you purchase it now, it goes all the way back to when you're level 1, and you'll automatically get that soul jade. So this was a very, very wise investment. I purchased it when the game first came out. Other than that, I've spent $6. I spent $6. I think it was $6.98. I believe is what it was. $6.97. I think it was $6.97, something like that. But anyway, I used that to in the Christmas event. They had it rigged so that you were not going to be able to get the chances of you get Orihime were slim and none unless you purchased a couple of the recharge packs at 50. They were 99 cents. If you purchased those, you were able to get it. I did get her, so I'm happy on that. She will be a secondary work in progress. She might replace Unohana as my healer, but that's still another secondary work in progress right now. Not something I'm focused on. It'll be something to play with when I have some downtime, and when I have a little bit more time to spend in the game, hopefully. But yeah, so that's that. So that's all I've spent. So like 26, 27 bucks, and I've been playing the game ever since its inception. I installed it first day it was up, began playing it, covered it ever since. So, but that's all I've spent. I did not spend any money on this last event, the anniversary event, because they gave you a free Ichigo. I mean, don't see the need to spend any more money on that. All the shards I got from the pools. I got really lucky on that. Didn't get any candy apples. I did use the candy apples on some Orihime shards. Okay, you know, that's from the Christmas Orihime shards. May as well, you know. Didn't have really enough to use it on anything else. So I went ahead and spent it on that, as there were no Omni Shard options in there. So I did not end up getting the 10, was it 10 shards? I think it was 10 Omni Shards at the 50 pools. I just decided to not spend the money on it. It would have been nice to get 10 shards, but nah. I was happy with getting the Ichigo and happy with getting the shards of the pools. So I decided to go ahead and not spend anything on that particular event. So I'm still at about 26 spent on the game. But yeah, so that's it if anybody's interested. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you're subscribed, you'll see a bell. Click on that bell. You'll be notified each time we do drop a video. And of course, remember to like and share the video. That helps with the channel immensely. And this is Ken here, still coming at you from the corner, signing out.